Previously, on the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. The north of Faerun finds itself embroiled in chaos, as the long benign cult of the dragon has recently made a resurgence, and is actively pillaging nearby lands at the behest of 7 Sajarin, who is attempting to gather 5 dragon masks to release Tiamat from her prison in the Nine Hells. Meanwhile, 4 novice adventurers journey to the town of Greenest as caravan guards for the belligerent Nub McGrub. During said journey, they came to know Nub's bodyguard, Sebastian Crenshaw, and the reserved Marlowe Duskwood, who did their best to make the group feel welcome, despite Nub's foul temperament and overt self-interest. When the party reached their destination, they were greeted by the sight of a blue dragon that circled ominously over the town. Sensing the plight below, the party ventured further in, and soon arrived at Greenest Keep, where they became acquainted with Governor Naito and Castilian. From here, the party proceeded to work through the night, and saved many townspeople, whilst also driving back the nefarious raiders, which eventually culminated in a stand at the keep, and an ultimatum posed by the battle-hungry Langdrosa Cyanrath. Zark answered the Draconid's challenge for single combat, and fought a pitched battle, with the former eventually prevailing, thanks to the awakening of a mysterious new power. The raiders retreated after the battle, and the party were rewarded for their efforts. After spending a few days of rest, the party were besieged by Nessun Wildra to find his friend Leosin Elenfar, who was captured by the raiders during the attack on Greenest. Though they tried to access the camp through guile, Zark's notoriety undermined the party's ruse, and they soon found themselves captured, with Gwen narrowly slipping away. However, the druid managed to enlist the aid of some nearby orcs, who also had an axe to grind with the cult. After making a daring escape, the party once again had a run-in with the Queen, which forced Arthur to confront some painful and troubling memories of a time he would rather forget. And now we return as the Tyranny of Dragons continues. Okay, welcome back to Hoard of the Dragon Queen. So, as you can see, we're picking up from where we left off last time, so you guys are in quite a predicament. Unfortunately, Zark isn't here this week, so...
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Like what you did.
So, here's a ferret. Just because.
That's a better replacement.
Okay. Why is Zark a ferret? Why not?
If it was a picture of a badger, that'd be the perfect replacement. They basically are barbarians.
Actually, yeah, I should have. Maybe I should have gone with the banter, but I feel that
Ferret's fine.
it is a placeholder. That's all it needs to be. Okay, so I don't think this scenario really needs an introduction, so what are you going to do?
Alright. So, given I'm on the corner, exactly what's happening in there at this moment in time?
That was a question, Bug.
Yep. So, looking in, a bunch of these guys just seem to be very... it's quite rowdy. I mean, you can probably understand why you guys... like, why you didn't really draw any attention. You can't really tell much in here from here, but obviously you just saw a fight play out in the cage. 3 orcs got killed. At the moment, they're just cheering. You can't... I'm going to say... In fact, roll a perception check to see what else you notice.
Come on, +0.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, so nat 20, right. Okay, so I can actually give you quite a lot of information here then. Right, so you can tell that most of both the Korean and the other guys that are in there appear to be drinking something. You can tell from their body language, a lot of them are acting quite rowdy and drunk. They're also eating a lot of food. The prisoners, like basically the guys in green, the ones in shackles, you can tell that they're not aggressive at all. They're just kind of like sitting down on their sidelines, not really doing anything. You can tell
that this guy up here seems to be somebody of significance, like whether they're a leader or whether they're just kind of directing the events in here. I'd probably say, Arthur, roll an intelligence check to see whether you know sort of what type of Korean this is. Okay, on the 17, you know that this is sort of back in Bernac, they probably referred to these guys as spiritualists. They're kind of like Korean, they're like shamans, I suppose, really kind of in a similar vein to like druids, but not quite the same. Is there anything else specific you'd like to know?
Specifically, how are the people around the edges restrained?
How are they restrained? Okay, so they're restrained with shackles. They're also bound with rope around their feet, so they can't really move away.
Are the shackles just pointing their wrists together, or are they shackled to something?
Wrists together, actually.
Okay.
It seems as if they kind of want to take them off at a moment's notice, so this is probably more for convenience.
Mm-hmm. And I won't ask for too much more. These ones over here, are they looking like they're also prisoners, or?
What, sorry? Basically,
these two on the right.
anyone in green is a prisoner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of mark them all the same color. But yeah, these guys that you just pinged, they look like civilians.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, it's difficult to tell because they're all wearing the same thing. They're all in rags.
Mm-hmm.
But with your nat 20, I'd probably say that compared to the likes of the orcs, who are quite stoic, they look very frightened, or they look like their spirits are completely broken, whereas conversely the orcs look quite defiant. Well, not defiant, but kind of they're taking the situation more on the chin than the civilians are. Okay.
Okie dokies.
Anything else you want to know?
Probably absolutely loads, but it's taking loads of time if we keep going. So I'd probably say you're probably giving me a fair amount here.
I mean, nat 20, so if there's anything else you want to ask, now's the time.
Is the attention away from the direction that, well,
Yes.
this door, basically?
Yeah, they're all looking around. They're basically all looking at the cage. Now, obviously, the guys up here, if you moved into the room, there's a chance that you would be caught on the peripheral vision. So bear that in mind.
Okay.
But it depends on what you do. So if there's nothing else, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move back and immediately mention to the others what the situation is in there.
Does everyone have their stuff?
Yeah, I'm currently just looking through my backpack, putting it on my back. So, should we get going?
Can't just leave them there like that.
What do you think we can do?
Everyone
you
get
see
their
that
stuff.
thing?
Oh,
Guys?
what else I should have asked. Thank you.
Get your stuff. Get your weapons, get your stuff.
I got my stuff.
Leosin, by the way, rounds the corner and he comes and joins you guys at this point. And he just says, "Oh, God, what? Is everyone all right? I heard fighting from around the corner, but I didn't really think I
Push
want."
down. There's a lot of them in there.
Oh, right. Sorry. Right. Wait. What do you mean a lot of them in there? How many? What are they doing?
It's a fighting pit. There's several dozen.
Wait. Fighting pit?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, God, of course. Of course. Are there any civilians in there?
Yes, and there are orcs. Do you know spells?
No, I'm a scholar, but not of that sort. I can punch things a little bit, but that's about it. I help how I can, but I'm afraid you'll have to do the heavy lifting. But you mentioned orcs in there.
Hey, yes.
They're probably some of Lion Grumpsh's then.
There's some likelihood of that.
I mean, they mentioned that was one of the preconditions for my escape, that I look for them once I got freed. And, well, it appears here they are. I mean, going to help them, aren't we?
I'd like to look towards Gwen at this point. Gwen, do you think you could get them to come in here? The other orcs that you were with?
Possibly. If I can get their attention out in the fight.
They know you, so they're likely more likely to respond to you.
Sure.
You and Zark run, try to get them to come in here, the strongest ones they have. We might actually be able to help them out. Even if we don't fight and we leave it to them, we've at least given the people in there a fighting chance.
Stay safe. And I will take Zark and... Oh, I'll hope that Zark follows me along back the corridor and then turning left, staying close to the wall, moving towards the entrance of the cave.
Do you want me to give you control of Zark's token for now, Gwen?
Oh, I'll just move mine and reimagine that he's there.
Okay, don't.
I mean, I'm not sure he's coming, but let's hope he is.
Zark will just kind of look around for a moment, look to Arthur and just say, can't we just charge in as Zark wants to fight big lizards, or more lizards?
You go with Gwen, you might get to fight a few more of the orcs on the way. Then you can come back.
Zark kind of looks slightly annoyed, but shrugs his shoulders, looks towards the several Korean that he's already killed, and decides that maybe for once waiting might not be such a bad idea, and follows Gwen. Whereabouts did you go, sorry, Gwen?
Yeah, the entrance.
In
Near the entrance by now.
Okay, I'll just
The other
move Zark
down,
over there.
trying to look out.
Okay, Zark will just kind of position himself next to you then, Gwen.
Can I see any of the orcs that I was coming in with?
So the two orcs that was basically standing at the entrance are still there. The fighting outside still seems to be in the full swing. If you want to get a better impression of who's winning the battle, I'd say that you need to make a perception check.
I would like to do that.
Okay, go ahead then. Okay, nice. With a 22, you can tell at this point that the fighting is still pretty even, but the cultists have recovered from the initial ambush, and it seems that they might be gaining... I wouldn't really say that they're gaining ground, but I would say at this point it's still anybody's battle. Like, neither side seems to be really getting an advantage over the other. You can see that the veteran and the guard... what are they? Guard drakes from earlier. A couple of them are now dead, and yeah, some of the kobolds on the ridge have been slain by arrows. Lion Grumsh are now both on the battlefield. Grumsh is swinging away with his great axe. Lion seems to be staying a little bit further back. She seems to be supporting the orcs a little bit more with magic, and also with just kind of keeping the troops organized. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
I'd like to know how engaged the two at the entrance are.
The two at the entrance...
Like, are they fighting off someone right now, or
Not right now, no.
are they guarding the cave, basically?
They're just guarding the
Yeah.
cave. They're not They're not currently engaged with anyone, they're just looking out onto the action. It's quite fortunate that because a lot of the fighting, like there's a lot of people on the ridge, most of the cultists' attention are not really on this corner of the map. Like, the guys that were covering you as you went in seem to have moved a little bit further around to the left now. Or your left. So, there isn't really much activity around it. So you could get the two orcs' attention.
There's a
if you
good
want to.
chance I can get their attention without
Yes.
getting enemy attention.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I will do that. I'll move towards them, not trying to hide or trying to sneak. Trying to get their attention.
Okay. As you approach, the two orcs notice you, and it just goes, You were quite quick in there. Time to leave already?
We found your friends. They are being held.
Oh,
We need help.
I see.
Can you find a few big, strong guys? Try to help us break out the others. There are several orcs there in chains.
Okay, the orcs hearing this, obviously relieved to hear that you've managed to find some of the compatriots. One of the orcs goes to the other. You! Go and see if you can find some guys to help. And the other one just goes, yes, okay. I'll be back as soon as I can. And the orc goes... the orc on the left just kind of like goes off to see. So the other orc goes, may not be able to find some for a few minutes. Maybe go back inside. Where will we find you?
Follow the right-hand wall.
Okay.
At the end, there's a small passage. Down the passage.
The orc then goes, I'll stay here. If anyone comes, I shout.
Thank you. I really hope we can get your friends out.
The orc nods solemnly, and then he turns back around to survey the battlefield once more.
Do I see anything? All the battle is of the voice. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do outside.
I mean, as I say, the battle is just raging on. As I say, neither side seems to be winning, but the cultists are more on the offensive than they were before.
In that case, I'll see if I can get... If Zark stayed back far enough to not rush into the fighting, I'll move back towards the others with him.
Okay. So, Zark is just staying back at his current position. He hasn't moved forward. He was just... he's just still tapping his foot, quite impatient, looking for a fight. And he just goes, Zark, hit things now!
Let's hope. Soon.
Yay! And with that, Zark looks at you expectantly, waiting for you to lead him to his next fight.
Out of character, I'm tempted to send him outside.
I'll play Zark within reason. I mean, to be fair, he may be willing to run out into the fray, but I'm not sure.
Be willing to run out into the
Oh yes, he would be. Of course he would be, but I'm not sure if that... Yeah.
Zark would be, but I'm not gonna do that.
I know Zark would be, but yeah.
Zark might not like that.
Likely not, no.
In that case, yeah, moving back towards the others.
Okay.
Seeing what's happening there.
Okay, Zark will... Zark actually moves at a brisk pace ahead of you back to the others. Like, before you even... Like, as you kind of take one step, he is immediately... Okay, so Zark doesn't quite bound into the room, he kind of moves quickly and then he looks over to Arthur and then remembers that he'll probably get quite annoyed at him if he just bounds in there, and he just takes a few delicate steps back to the spy stops in there. And
He's on top of the dog. Oh.
Max.
he's not on top of the dog on my screen. It's kind of to the side of him.
A second ago. Maybe it moved.
Okay. So, do you guys do now?
Has anything generally changed inside the area whilst Gwen went out?
Okay. So why Gwen went out? I would probably say that the bodies were carried out of the cage, and you were kind of moved off to the side. You can't quite see where they're being carried to. There seems to be some, like, considering where you are, you'd probably have to be stood right on the edge to see what's in, like, this space here. You kind of seem to, like, carry them just out of your field of view.
Okay. Can I make a perception check for the room that I'm actually in?
The room you're actually in, yep.
Yeah.
Ahead.
I am looking for preferably anything explosive or something along those lines.
Okay, make your roll.
Do my eyes explode?
No. I am going to say, however, as you're searching around the room, like, bearing in mind there's other weapons on this rack, I would say that with actually no, you're only doing perception, not investigation. I'm just going to say that you might turn around a bit quickly and you poke your eye with a sharp rock on the wall.
How did I even...
I don't... You got a nat one, that's how. There isn't a rational explanation for it. So yeah, I'm just going to give you 1 damage.
Damn it.
You poked your eye, that hurts.
Yeah, I'd say. I hurt my pride a lot.
Anyway.
I'm not going to do anything else. Gone from nat 20 to a nat 1,
yeah,
so...
Eye's bleeding a little bit, but otherwise you're fine.
My eyes bleed.
That's not fine. If your eyes bleeding, that's a massive worry.
It's only slight.
Aye.
I mean,
it sounds like you want this to be more than 1 point of damage.
No. Please no.
You have two eyes, so 2 points.
Yeah, so you're fine.
How did I do both?
Okay, but yeah, that's the outcome of that. Anyway.
Okay.
fighting is still heavy outside. They're trying to get us some help. I'm not sure if we get them. Get any ideas how to proceed, Arthur?
Do you know how to transform into a rat?
Annoyed look. Yes.
The prisoner's feet are bound with rope. Do you think you might be able to sneak in?
Depends what's in that room I haven't even seen.
A lot of Kareen?
And Doom, you better have red stats.
Don't forget the huge thing in the caves.
That too.
Alright, looking for red stats, but yeah, I'll probably wild shift still while he's talking.
just try and gnaw the ropes at the feet just to make them easier to break. Just the closest ones, if you can.
Okay.
Marked off the wall shop, and yes. As does that look like to me like it has rats? Like rats are a possibility, or is there some other kind of small vermin that might be more likely?
Sorry, Gordon, what was that question again?
I was asking if the place looks to me like there might be rats in it, or if I'm thinking that some other kind of small vermin might be more likely.
I'd probably say that just given that it's a cave, you've like when you were listening to the sounds, you could probably hear some rat squeaks. So
Right, it is.
I mean, it's not exactly the cleanest of places, so it's possible that they might have even have been attracted by, well, the meat.
Sorry, trying to find the stats. It's taking a moment.
It's fine. Does anyone want to do anything else in the meantime while Gwen looks it up?
I'd say after my cutting my eye, I'm about done.
That's reasonable.
Alright, so, my temporary hit points are 1.
Your temporary hit points are 1. Okay.
Or 1d4 minus 1, but 1 is the base one.
Oh, 1d4 minus 1?
The options are given, like, it says 1, or in brackets behind it, 1d4 minus 1, so.
It has to
I
be a
can
minimum
roll.
of 1.
Yeah,
That's weird.
you know what? I'm going to give you, just because I'm going to give you 4 temporary hit points.
No, 3 would be the max.
Oh, 3 would be the max, okay. Oh, because it's minus 1, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that could be zeros.
Well, I'll shape into a dead rat. Okay.
Screw you.
Okay. So.
I'm betting there are some, at least, homebrew statistics for dead rats.
They're very well.
Probably, yeah.
And I'm going to say, even though we haven't talked about it in the campaign, with some life experience, a rat is an animal I have probably seen. Since that's technically a requirement.
Actually, Arthur, I do want to mention one more thing to you with your perception check. Sorry, I did forget to mention one important detail.
No worries.
You notice that as you look up at the ceiling, it's kind of like what Dellerman described in the tunnel. It doesn't look like the roof of this room is particularly stable. And often when these guys are jostling about, the kind of like hitting the walls, a few pebbles keep falling down.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, I should have probably mentioned that detail, but I just...
I'll say that I passed that on at the time.
Yeah.
Then in that case.
Yeah, sorry, I just forgot to mention that.
No worries.
Okay, so as a rat trying to sneak towards, like, running on the edge, looking to run it around in some debris, and running towards the first guy by the door. That's green.
Okay. As you approach the orc, it doesn't seem to acknowledge you just because there's a mention that there are rats in the cave. This doesn't really seem out of the ordinary. So, and likewise, the Korean and the other guys don't notice your presence.
So I can get to the bindings around his feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I would like to try annoying them.
Okay. Suppose I don't think there's any reason that you wouldn't just be able to gnaw through it. Honestly, you're not really trying to hit the rope as such, and I'd probably say that it will take you maybe about how
Roll for
far?
damage for the rope.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What do you want me to roll? Like, I'll have a bite attack?
Yeah. Just roll damage
Sure.
bites. Like I'll. Okay, so with a 2, I'd say that you managed to get most of the way through the rope. I'd say that every time you gnaw through the rope, it takes roughly about 30 seconds, just the time. So you can basically break through it eventually. It's just going to take longer if you roll lower damage. So I'd say that you're probably about half the way through with that. So.
I mean, technically that's the attack roll, not the damage roll, but...
Oh right, I meant the damage roll that I wanted you to roll, because I mean you're not. I mean the rope is a stationary object.
Oh, wait. It doesn't, like, it's an attack. It's +0 to hit, but then it's hit 1 piercing damage. So it's a fixed damage. There's nothing... The red doesn't have any actions that have a damage die.
Okay, I'm just going to say that, just for easiness sake, you get through the rope after about a minute. And it'll probably take as long for the others.
Alright, so... Are still focused? In that case, I'll run to the next guy and try to get that one.
Yeah, the first orc, as you gnaw through the rope on the feet, kind of looks quizzically at Rakwen, and then sort of like I would say that this guy sort of like kind of just saddles very. He kind of like pushes himself on his bum to kind of like butt the shoulder of the other orc. I assume that you're undoing his binding as you're doing this.
The one I moved towards. Like, still staying behind them, but then
Yeah.
I'm in the wall or in them.
Yeah, so
Going to that guy, trying to clear that guy next.
so like the orcs, as they're doing this, they kind of look around the room to see what's going on. One of them looks. I mean, obviously, Arthur, are you looking around the corner as Gwen's doing this?
Not towards Gwen, but more towards these.
More towards these. Okay, so this one here looks back towards the doorway, but doesn't see anything. But he kind of goes to sit on his feet just so it's not immediately obvious if the Green come to inspect him that the bindings are being removed, and the other orc does likewise. Okay, so what do you do next, Gwen?
As I'm on that side, I think I'll move towards the next civilian. We're still within a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's taking you about a minute each to do these, but as I say, you're a rat, and these guys aren't exactly drawing attention to themselves right now, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'll move to the civilian that's
Okay.
a little to the right, like moving along the right-hand wall, trying to get them one by one.
Okay, so Gwen, as you undo the bindings of the civilian, you hear this creature speak in a language. You're speaking in Draconic. I assume you don't understand that language?
I do not.
I do if I can hear it from this range.
I do. Yeah. I do too.
Okay, I mean, obviously you wouldn't be able to relay this information to Gwen, but Delamain and Blaine, you just hear this creature just say, "Bring more prisoners!" And with that, this guy over here moves towards these two orcs, and he undoes the bindings on their feet and drags them towards the cage. And just as he shuts the cage, he undoes the shackles, kind of throws in a weapon through the bars, and then this guy, it's kind of the same situation again. He goes to return to his seat, and yeah, these orcs are now fighting this big guy. So, what do you react to any of this? I know anyone else, or do you just continue freeing the civilian?
I'm trying to continue, like, trying to gnaw with more vigor, but yes. Still
Okay.
missing.
So I would say that you managed to free.
Also trying to listen for any of my guys moving around.
Your guys relating to the orc reinforcements you requested,
No.
or you mean that's
the party. Let's see if I'm trying to get at if there's anything coming from the room my party's in.
Okay.
Even the party or someone else.
Nothing from my side. Are you guys doing anything back here?
I'd have been hugging the wall as soon as I saw them going over towards the two on the left, and only looking back around once they'd moved.
Yeah, I would say that in the time that the orcs were being brought into the cage, the Korean and the other guys are just cheering and are fixated on the fight again. So, the orcs here, I mean, I'm not quite sure if you would see this necessarily if you're looking back towards them, Gwen, but they start moving, kind of like saddling on their bums towards the doorway.
So what's the plan? When she gets them free, then what?
I have to try and collapse the ceiling and run.
How do we do that?
I'd like to look towards Zark at that point.
Zark?
Do you want to hit something real hard soon?
Zark raises an eyebrow at this, and he just goes, Zark always want to hit things.
Zark hit good.
Tell Zark where Zark hit.
Yes.
He kind of,
ready?
you can tell that the friction, sort of he's getting friction burns from how much he's twisting his hands on his axe. No damage from it, but you can tell that he is incredibly eager. So I would say that Gwen, do you move on to the second civilian, or you just?
Yes, moving on to the second civilian. But don't feel safe enough to move further on.
Okay.
And can I see towards the left side of the room?
Yes, actually, yes, you can now because you're at the right angle, so I'll reveal this for you. So, as you look towards the left side of the room, you can see that the bodies from the previous fight have been thrown onto a fire. You can tell that the ceiling is quite high in the spot, so the smoke is mostly going upward, but that's probably the source of the smoky smell that's been getting up your nostrils since you guys kind of came to this general area. Obviously, you see a couple of kobolds over there with red war paint, and another guy here.
But this other guy again is not shackled. It's one of the Korean, right? No, one of those strong guys.
One of these guys here, sorry.
Yeah, one of the guys watching.
Yeah,
us.
like I said, anyone who I've not marked in green is just a guy who's in this room. The ones in green are prisoners.
So, yes, there are no more orcs that are bound. Am I saying that right?
Normal orcs, did you say?
no more orcs that are bound.
No.
I mean, the
one-
two in the fighting pit technically aren't bound anymore either, but
they're
I
not,
can't
but
keep them.
yeah, in a few more moments, that's probably not going to matter so much.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna try to get the second civilian on this side.
Okay, so I would say that Gwen, in the time that you, I'm just going to actually going to do blue for freed, so I can tell them apart. I would say that in the time that you are freeing the second civilian, how long that's going to take you? That's about 6 rounds, isn't it? For 30 seconds. Actually, no. Yeah, I'd say that in the time that it's kind of a repeat of the fight that you saw before. These two orcs in the cage look to be quite a bit more drained than the 3 orcs that were fighting this guy previously. So it's more or less a repeat of what you saw before, but surprisingly the fight is slightly more even. Like, these two orcs tried to work together to do a 2-pronged attack against this larger guy, and one of them actually manages to get a glancing blow on this creature's back. Unfortunately, he manages to catch the great axe swing off the other one, and quite like before, manages to push him to the ground, and he picks one of them up by the neck and just cleaves into the other one with his battle axe of his free hand. And I'd probably say by the time you've freed the second civilian, Gwen, both of these orcs are dead.
As soon as the second one is freed, I'm assuming they notice I'm freeing them, right?
The civilians.
Okay.
Yes, I would say so. I think at this moment, though, they're not really reacting. They're kind of more paralyzed with fear because they know they're free, but they're not. But they're too frightened to move, if that makes sense. So, I would say that as the second one is freed, that's the moment that these two orcs die. So, and I would also say at this point, these two orcs are kind of like, they're just shuffling on their bums backwards out of the room, just to make as least noise as possible. So, I would say that I would say that this orc has managed to round the corner by now, so do you kind of make yourself known to them, Arthur, before you see you?
Yes, as soon as I see him starting to make the way back, I'd say, get around the corner fast.
Okay, with that, this one just kind of like shuffles on his bum, not quickly, but just to kind of get clambered to his feet. And both of these orcs managed to get away. They're just kind of like stood at the side, and they just start talking with Leosin for a couple of moments. But if you guys want to do something else first, I'll wait until you're finished before you guys that conversation.
Whilst Gwen is coming back, I'd like to take a little peek just to see if you said the ceiling was unsteady. Is there specifically any, I've forgotten the name, but it's stalactites or stalagmites above where, or loose rocks in general, above where these benches are?
Yep. Yes, there is.
Whilst I'm waiting for Gwen, I would like to unload my crossbow and load it. Well, unsling my crossbow and load it, I mean.
Okay. While Gwen was backtracking and these guys were going around the corner, once again I would say that one of these guys comes to the door. The orc bodies are just tossed on the fire, and they just sit back down. There seems to be something of an intermission period between each fight, so you'd probably say that it was about a couple of minutes between the first fight and the second, so it's probably safe to assume that in the next couple of minutes more prisoners will be moved into the cage. You notice, if you're looking around the corner, Arthur, that these two civilians haven't moved yet.
I'd like to speak to Blaine. Blaine, aim for the rocks above the left bench. Try to fire your bow into them to make them drop.
Yes, sure.
I'll go for the center. Anyone else got a range on him?
I can cast a spell, but
I'd be a bit too
it's
obvious.
cold. The cold may not affect it.
Okay then.
Leosin just shakes his head. The orcs, unfortunately, do likewise. I mean, you can tell that they don't have anything on them. I mean, the weapon racks in this room are mostly melee weapons, nothing ranged.
How what's the distance from here to that section of the roof?
Which section of the
would you
roof
say?
are you talking about specifically?
30 feet away.
Yeah, the room is to
That's
scale.
from. Yeah, the door
Hmm.
from the bench.
I have a sling. I don't think a sling bullet is going to do much good.
Fire it
Well,
anyway, you never know.
But it's better than nothing. Yeah, fuck it.
Right, with that, I'd like to nod and just simply say, on 3, fire at the ceiling. Hopefully something will drop down. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, load myself up. 3.
Okay.
That I just peek around the corner. I'm going to fire above this group.
Okay.
So
No.
basically, so the rocks in the ceiling.
Right. So, are more than one of you attacking this spot at once?
Yeah.
I said to blame
Together.
the left group.
Yeah.
Okay. So make your respective rolls to hit.
Do we have an advantage given it's a stationary target? We're gonna hit the
Yeah,
ceiling.
I'd say.
Come on, come on, come on.
Okay.
That's right.
So
Wow.
I would say that yeah, I'd say that both of you managed to hit the respective
Yeah,
part.
he's not shot yet. I will. That was me with advantage.
Oh right, that was with advantage. Okay. Blaine, you roll as well because I'll probably narrate this all together. You guys roll your damage
Well.
as well, please, Arthur.
Right, sure. You need to roll a second time because you said we had advantage. Oh, try.
I'll do it as well. Fuck it, why not?
So I'll have an extra damage dice once I forgot what
Ooh.
damage dice is. 2d10 plus 1. I'll do a custom roll.
Okay. That will probably do it. Okay, so you guys people I'd say that I'm going to narrate them in order. So Arthur loads up his crossbow, peeks around the corner, shoots a bolt up into the ceiling. You manage to hit a particularly weak spot on the ceiling, and the stalactites, stalagmites, I don't remember which, fall down and actually crush these 3 queen. Just completely
Toss
off the bat.
the middle one.
Oh, sorry, mine was the middle one. Sorry.
Oh, yours was the middle one.
Mine was the left.
What did you get, Blaine? You got a 17.
You got
Okay.
20.
20.
Oh no, for damage.
Oh,
You got 4 for damage. You got 20 to hit.
oh.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that you managed to hit, and I'd say that I think what I'm going to say, because Arthur did quite a lot of damage with his, I would say that Arthur caused. I'm just going to take this one off. I'd say that these 3 were crushed. And I'm going to say that, sort of like, because he did so much damage to the ceiling, that it caused more of the ceiling to crush these guys. Understandably, this causes quite a little bit of panic in the room, and you just start to hear shouting and, well, you thought you heard screaming. It was kind of muffled by just being crushed and or impaled by the rock. And there doesn't really seem to be any sort of coincidence. They're not really looking towards your direction specifically. Did you kind of pull back around the corner as soon as you took the shot?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would.
okay. So you guys haven't been seen, but I would say that now the ceiling is starting to become very, very, very unstable, and will probably start falling of its own accord over the next minute. So essentially what you've done is just started the chain reaction. You also notice at this point that even the ceiling above you is quite unstable also. And it's not... You can kind of like feel shaking, but nothing seems to be dropping yet. So, what do you guys do?
While they were firing, I dropped Wild Shape.
You drop Wild Shape. Okay.
Did the sling get anything, bad boy?
I'm just going to say that the sling contributed towards like, which side was Thingy trying to hit, sorry? Delman?
Whatever side that Blaine was going for. Seems like he's got the weaker weapon.
Yeah, I would just say that you partially contributed to Blaine, but for the most part, like, you wouldn't have done anything on your own, unfortunately. But yeah, I would say that the civilians, these two here, they instinctively run for the exit, and these two guys start chasing them.
Time to go now.
Time to go.
Sling my crossbow on my back and grab my mace out. As soon as I see one of them come around the car, I'm going to yank the first one around.
Okay, so I'd say that this is taking place roughly over about, well, maybe about 10-15 seconds. So you yank this one around, the other one runs through, and I would say that these two guys do run into the room and notice you. The rest of these guys are... They're kind of like, because they're drunk, they're kind of like swaying from side to side a little bit. I'd say that these two guys are a little bit more sober, since they're kind of like handling the prisoners. But yeah, I'd say, like, do you look into the room after these guys around the corner, Arthur, or are you just concentrated on what's in front of you?
No, just
Right.
concentrate on what's in front.
Okay, so for all intents and purposes, these two guys are now trying to engage you.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far out this is. Are they holding any alcohol?
Those two guys, no, they dropped their alcohol when they saw the prisoners going away. I mean, considering that what just happened, I would say that, yeah, people are now being as alert as they can possibly be, given the circumstances. But
shenanigans.
but yeah, the other guys fortunately are distracted, so you do at least have that. Okay, so with that, I think it's now time to roll initiative, unless you want to do anything before.
Any chance I could pull at least one of the civilians behind me?
Oh yeah, I would say that you
Or
could
would
do that.
that be moving them out of range?
I'd say that the civilian that Arthur grabs, you could probably direct over to this direction here.
Yeah, just moving them behind me.
Yeah,
so
I'd say that
the
the other civilian probably has time to stand behind you before these guys come into the room. But
Here's your chance, Zark.
what was that say?
Here's your chance, Zark. Go play.
Zark smash! Okay. And with that, let's roll initiative. Let me just take your...
Has all be good, have them be bad. Has us be good, then be bad. Us be good,
I mean,
then be bad.
that just sounds like gibberish at the end, but that's generally what you're hoping for. Okay, so turn on. Okay, let's bring this up.
Yeah, I'm actually getting 2 nat 20s so far.
Okay, so there's the turn order, and we have got Delman's turn first.
How do I end up last?
Oh, come on.
Must be that how I hurt my eye.
You just kind of been thrown off kilter for the whole day now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Excellent.
Delman to move first.
My range sight is great. It's close quarters, that's the problem. I need glasses.
Yeah. To protect your eye.
Yeah.
I know you don't get advantage because they wonder how you could muster through all of this pain.
Oh.
All right. I don't know how interested I am in killing these guys, so I'm going to step up to here and then colour spray both of them. It's a 15-foot cone, which should be able to hit them both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is colour spray save? Just remind me.
No, it's like sleep where it affects hit points.
Oh, it's hit points. So okay.
I'm just trying to find out how much it is. Okay.
Roll high, roll high, roll high, roll high.
So I'm trying to. I can't click the window. The drop down on the for the roller.
Do you want me to do it?
It's 6d10.
60, 10.
The drop down for the dice on the advanced roll, it won't. It keeps going away.
Oof. 2 1s.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it have to exceed their maximum health?
Yeah.
Delvin?
Same with sleep. Affects the
Okay.
person with the lowest hit points first.
Unfortunately, that does not affect either of them.
Damn it! These guys are strong.
Yeah. Now you've seen these guys a bit closer. They look pretty well built. They kind of look quite feral, actually. And have great axes on their backs.
Oh, good.
So have fun with that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Do you do anything else? Dylan?
Movements. That was me coughing, sorry.
No, sorry, I was asking if Delman was doing anything else.
I'm going to attempt to just move back to my position. I know it's an opportunity attack. But I'll
Okay.
take it.
Right, so I'm going to have them to hit you.
Only one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, only like the nearest one there. Yeah, so unfortunately you do take the opportunity attack.
Cool.
Oh
It's
boy,
fine.
I mean, it could be worse.
It's fine.
Yeah, one more would have been worse.
For
Ooh.
oh.
Ouch! Oof.
Ow.
Stings.
So yeah, as you move away from this first guy, he just slashes you across the back, and yeah, it doesn't tickle.
That's more than half my HP.
Yeah, that's quite a nasty gash you got there. Okay, do you do anything else, Delman?
No.
Okay, it's now Gwen's turn.
Out of curiosity, are the orcs we freed armed?
The orcs you freed.
They had a
No.
while to be in the room to grab some weapons. They
You know what? I will say that because there was a weapon rack here that they could grab a couple of weapons. I'll just have them move at the end of the turn order just because I've already rolled it. But yeah,
just out of curiosity.
no, it's a reasonable question. I'd say that they've managed to pick up a couple of weapons. There's a couple of great axes on here, so I'd say that they arm themselves. Just remind me to make them move at the end of the turn order if I forget for any reason. Okay.
Since
So
there are better melee fighters.
Oh yeah, there was something I forgot to ask.
Uh,
Oh, well, no, too late.
why is it relevant?
Not relevant, really. No, just something I meant to generally ask.
I mean, you can ask very quickly if you want.
It was specifically looking for a particular item.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to wait until after, or use an interaction if you want to do that on your turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what are you doing then, Gwen?
Yeah. I'm just stupid. I'll produce flame and shoot it at the guy that's closer to the door to the pit.
So, this one here?
Yes.
Okay, roll to hit, please. Okay, it looks like for a moment it's just about to hit them, but they manage to just, it kind of like catches the furs that this guy's wearing, but he just manages to pat it out before it actually does any real damage. And yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really do much else than that.
I am out of melee range.
You
Just
are,
confirming
yes.
that. In that case, turning to this, we need to get out of here and get the civilians out. Trying to get the civilian that's now in front of me towards the exit, like the one next to me, to come with me. Like, trying
Okay.
to grab their arm.
Once
Not
again,
completely pulling them, but trying to grab their arm, and I'm moving towards the doorway.
yeah, I'd say that the civilian isn't resisting you, so I'd say that they can just move with you. They're not in the initiative, so I'd say that. Where are you moving to, Gwen? So you're moving to the. Okay, in fact, how far away can you? So you're gonna kind of move to like here.
I can move 30. As normal, I could move 30. I'm not sure if it's a little. I'm not carrying them or fully pulling them. I'm just like pulling on their sleeve, like go. Well, walking past. Well,
I'm gonna say for simplicity's sake that they'll just move with you.
yeah, in that case, I'm moving tiny
Like
little
you're not
bit forward.
dragging them; they're moving off their own steam. So it's not as if you're kind of like being slowed down by them. They're moving with you.
Moving into the tunnel like that.
Yeah. So I'll just say that they're behind you. That guy's behind you. Okay. Anything else for you, Gwen, this turn?
No, that's where I end my turn.
Okay, so now it is the turn of this guy here, and he is just eyeing up Blaine, I think. So he is going to charge. He's going to move to out here. And let me just see exactly what he does. Okay, so he is actually going to use Reckless. So at the start of his turn, the Berserker gains advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls during that turn, or advanced attack rolls against them have advantage until the start of the next turn. So it's kind of similar to Zark in that respect. Okay, so he is going to swing at Blaine. Advantage. Does 13 hit you, Blaine? I wouldn't imagine it does.
My armor is 13.
Okay, so it'll be meets it, beats it then in that case. So he does 8 damage to you. So he just kind of starts frothing at the mouth, comes bounding up to you, and he just kind of like turn to try and avoid the attack, but he manages to catch you on like your upper right arm. So let me just deduct that for you. Oops. So damage. Okay, that's all he can do. I'm just going to smack this guy with that, and now it's Blaine's turn.
Als I see out of how strong they are, can I grab the other civilian and get out of here?
You are currently in melee range of him, so if you move, you will provoke an attack of opportunity unless you spend your action to disengage first.
I do that, yeah, disengage.
Okay. So are you just going for the civilian over here?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to take 15 feet of movement to get to the civilian, and then I assume another 15 feet of movement to get as far out of the room as possible?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to move this body to one side here for now. I'll just, so the civilian's there, so I assume you move into the same spot? I'll put the civilian there, actually. Okay, there you go. Right, okay, so I assume that ends your turn?
I order Max to follow me.
Yeah, bonus action, so that's fine, so...
Yep.
Yep,
And
cool.
I end my turn.
Right, so now it is Zark's turn, so I believe you're currently controlling him, Doom? I'll have to actually give you control of the token. Okay, you have control of Zark's token now, Doom.
And it just attacks him from play Zark like Zark would play him, like in the section, instead of how I would want Arthur to play him. So he's gonna just probably run in.
Yep.
I'll wait till my turn before I actually go out any kind of command to Zark. So I will be fair. And no metagame.
So, are you having Zark hold his action until your turn, Arthur?
Nope, I'm gonna play him like Zach would play him. He's gonna swing straight into that guy. With his great axe.
Rage.
He does have
No.
advantage on him because he used Reckless attack this guy. So all attacks against him have advantage until his next turn. Okay, 14 hits.
Just double check his damage. 12 plus 5. Really?
Okay, so
You can re-roll that one. He's got a great axe.
oh, he's got great.
He's got great weapon fighting. You can
Yeah.
re-roll ones.
Oh, right. Oh, nice.
I think. I don't know if it's ones and twos, but
Damage double check. Rage, bad. Where would great weapon fighting be?
Great weapon fight,
Under.
probably maybe under feet. Actually, no.
oh, I may be thinking of a. Do barbarians get fighting styles?
Let me just double.
'Cause that's what it is.
No, you might be thinking of the great. Yeah, I think there's a fighter wiping.
Oh, yeah,
Warrior.
my bad. my bad.
Fighter fighting style. God, I couldn't say that then. That allows you to
Okay.
do that.
Never mind.
I'm
then.
just checking his features and traits quickly. I'm not seeing anything like that here, unfortunately.
Sorry, that's my bad.
No, it's okay.
Conflated it with the fighting style from fighters.
I mean, to be fair, you were just trying to haggle for a little bit more damage, which I can't really blame you for in this situation. So yeah, as that comes in, just slashes him. Yeah, he kind of like tries to move his great axe to block it, but you just ends up slashing his wrist a bit. Upper part of his wrist, not the lower part, because that would be a lot worse.
Okay, that would be the end of Zark's turn.
Okay. In that case, it is now.
He should have raged. Oh well,
The other guy. Does he actually have a rage left?
he does.
He has one rage left, so. Right. Okay. So it's now the second guy's turn. Going to seeing that his companion is currently. I think he is likewise going to go for reckless attack, and he's going to just move to the doorway, and he's going to attack you, Arthur.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay,
Doesn't hit.
17 hits.
Nope.
Oh, it doesn't hit. What's the AC?
18.
Wow. Okay, doesn't hit you then.
Shield back.
Fair enough. So he kind of thinks for a moment that he's about to hit you, but then he realizes, huh, I guess I don't.
That's a very well thought through.
Yeah.
Berserker.
Yeah, it's kind of like he believes he's gonna hit you, but then he just doesn't. It's kind of almost like an after image thing where he kind of like swipes where he thinks you'll be, but because you're so short, he kind of just misjudges it by a couple of inches. And he looks,
Hey.
yeah, and he kind of
I'm
just
not short.
shorter than this guy. He's about 6 foot or something. But anyway, that's the end of his turn, and he also has advantage against him until his next turn. So, Arthur, you go ahead.
Let's see, best way to pull away. Okay, I'll start by simply shouting, Zark, we need to leave. Don't attack them.
I'm going to say that considering that Zark isn't actually here and you don't want to metagame, I'm going to have you roll persuasion to see if you can convince him.
Come on, +0.
Um,
Fuck you.
what's perception usually contested by?
Persuasion, you mean?
Persuasion, that's what I meant. Would it be insight?
Yeah, I'd say insight.
Yeah, have Zark roll insight. Just see what. Ah, have Zark roll insight. He's got +1, so I'll just roll that.
Damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that it's probably not going to work, but just in Sake of fairness, I will roll it. Yeah, Zark ain't listening to you. Fuck. Zark's been itching for this fight all day, and by Jove, he's going to have it.
Oh, fuck a duck. Well, in that case, I am going to provoke an opportunity attack and move.
Okay.
Actually, that one's already used opportunity attack, hasn't he? That's one gentleman move.
Yes, you're right. You're dead.
All right.
Actually, when did he move?
Oh,
Did
well,
he...
that would reset.
Wait, he had a draft. Yeah, that was. Yeah,
Damn it.
I'm really sorry, but that is the case.
Yep, fair enough.
So
Done.
that does hit you, I believe.
Nope.
Wait, but it's a 21.
It's lower than 18.
No, it isn't. Come on, you have to try a bit harder than that.
Done. Well,
I mean, it could be worse.
Yep.
I mean, it's still not great, but it could be worse.
Okay. And given Zark ain't listening to me, I'm going to swing in against this guy myself as well. I will still have advantage, won't I, on the attack?
You will, yes.
That's, you know.
Wow.
That works
Okay,
for me.
that's nice. Okay, roll your damage and do your extra damage dice.
What's
Yeah,
with
it
your net
says-
1, net 20?
I don't know.
You know, there's numbers in between, like 10, 12, 9.
Those aren't as fun.
I've rolled all of the numbers, but that one's my favourite. Okay, is that including your extra damage dice, Doom?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to get a fairly solid hit on this guy. Unfortunately, it isn't really going to put him down, but
My bonus action, Robert Rend.
okay.
And I forgot my attack bonuses. Give me a second, I've got it written down.
I just kind of imagine at this moment you pull out a manual when you're reading glasses to just see what Robert does.
Josh.
How does this work
Yeah.
again?
It's sort of like I don't
There's
know.
15 hits.
It does actually.
That's a D8 plus 2. Nice 10 damage from Roberts.
Nice 10 damage from Robert indeed. So, yeah, with that, yeah, this guy is definitely taking you quite seriously. Now,
I've used my interaction and everything, so let's be the end of my turn then.
okay,
Try again next turn for Zark.
right, so top of the turn order, as I said, these two orcs are going to assist you, since they managed to get weapons, and they're just going to shout to the room generally, "Go! We'll try hold off!" And they just move to surround this guy, and they're going to make an attack each with their great axe with advantage. Actually, it's until their next turn. Yeah, so they will sort of advantage because they go towards the end. Okay, so 7 for the first attack, and sorry, still coming through. Wow, okay. I mean, to be fair, they are malnourished
Yeah.
prisoners, so this is 3, but wow.
Well, let's see if one hit.
Yeah, the other one got a 17, so, you know, decent.
I mean 19.
Huh, max damage. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so the first one just kind of flounders, and the other one just has to really give it a lot of welly, considering that his friend let him down. And yeah, manages to get a good hit in the side. I'd say that this guy is now sandwiched between quite a lot of nasty people. So I'm going to say that as the turn order goes, and it's been about 6 more seconds, more rocks start falling. I mean, obviously you guys aren't going to hear this, but you hear several screams as more guys start getting crushed. So I'm going to say this guy does Fortunately, a couple of civilians get hit, as does this guy here, and yeah, this guy. Also, the sort of like above the doorway also starts to cave in, like where you hit the rocks here. They kind of just start cascading down, and it does actually crush one of the berserkers you're fighting. And the room you're in now is starting to shake quite violently. So, yeah, first one is dead. Fortunately,
Have a nice walk.
Okay, so
Happy to turn out.
did is Pema gone for a bit?
Yeah, it's time for the walk. So
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, just about to.
Okay,
I
fair
was
enough.
just typing my next move. Like, I'll be
Okay.
running out further into the hall.
Fair enough. Okay,
Just to 30 feet.
I'll just take that as you turn.
But yeah, I do need to go right now.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Okay, I'll
Or do you want me to move right now?
No, I
And
can,
will
I can
attempt
move
to
you on
turn
your
order.
turn. I can move you on your turn. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
To the side of that rack, like in the main hall, but parallel to that rack was 30 feet. as
So are you saying about here or more this way?
Oh, it's not that far. Like 20 feet is to the outside of the tunnel, and then 10 feet up.
So you're kind of like going to about here.
Yeah.
There, I moved. That's easier than discussing it.
Yeah, just move yourself and yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, Delman.
Yeah,
you cheated.
I'll just skip your turn when it comes on to it then. Okay.
And just so we're clear, since it probably will happen, I will move with the group, whichever matter.
Yeah, I assume as much. Okay, so am I okay to continue with Delman's turn?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Delman's turn now.
Alright,
So yeah, just seeing this guy looking quite menacingly towards you and then just getting instantly crushed, like inches away from where you stood, probably gives you room for thought, or room for pause.
A stroke of luck. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I'm not fighting that. I'll dash so that I can move double movement. So that'll be 50 feet for me.
Okay, do your movement.
I think that gets me to there.
In fact, I'm just going to move that civilian just so the with Gwen. There we go. Okay.
No longer in the wall.
No longer in it. I mean, it's a little bit narrow.
As I run out, I'll point to Zark and like, get him out of here.
Are you pointing to Zach or?
I'm pointing at him. I'm just referring to the group.
Okay. Are you trying to convince Zach to follow you, sorry? Just so I understand what.
No, I'm pointing at him and talking to the group at large.
Ah, okay. So you're not trying to convince our duelli then.
No.
Fair enough. That, I mean, fool's errand, but fair enough. Okay, so I assume that ends your turn then?
Yep.
Okay, skipping over Gwen's turn because she isn't here. And, okay, so this guy, he knows that he's likely beaten at this point, but he just wants to try and take at least one of the prisoners down with him out of spite. He's looking pretty haggard after that great axe attack, and he's just going to try and get revenge. So, so he's going to do reckless attack again. Okay, so yep, that will hit for 9 damage. Okay, so yeah, swings into the orc and yeah, scores a pretty nasty blow, sort of on the, just kind of like on, like the right side of his body, kind of near the ribs. So, yeah, the orc looks defiant, however, despite being malnourished for some time, so he's got a little bit of fire left in him, but don't expect him to last that much longer. Okay, that's his turn. It's now Blaine's turn.
I gotta dash out of the. Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting away as well.
Yep. And Max follows me.
Civilian.
Hmm?
Civilian.
And a civilian.
Oh yeah, and the person we're trying to save.
Sorry, I'm a bit tired.
It's okay.
We'll let you off.
I assume that the civilians will move with you, even if you don't explicitly say. But
Yeah. Alright, I had my turn.
Okay, it is now Zark's turn.
Oh, by the way, little question. What's this guy doing?
Leosin,
No.
he is just kind of keeping back. He isn't really wanting to get into the fray unless you explicitly ask him to. He is very much a passenger unless you tell him to fight.
Mhm.
Do you want him to fight?
I have not asked.
Yeah, combat isn't really his forte, but remember you do have control of his token if you do want to do anything with him.
Mm-hmm. Which is Zark's turn now. And you've had me roll so far, and it's not gone well. So
You want me to roll for you?
it's up to you what Zach is doing, basically.
What Zach is doing? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
So,
given my attempts of persuasion have failed.
fair enough. Zach is probably just going to attack the guy in front of him again, honestly. So what's Zach's roll to hit? +7?
+7.
I'll just have him roll.
Oh, with advantage, remember.
Yep, you're right. Beats it on a 13.
Oof, wow.
Yeah. These guys are
D12.
they're pretty low. D12 +5 according to this character sheet.
Yes.
D12 +5. Okay, let me just.
Okay.
That's a good roll. It's not.
Zach, you're missing out on all the good rolls.
It's not quite good. These are my rolls as well, technically.
Mm-hmm.
He's missing out some good bug rolls. So yeah, this guy he's looking pretty knackered. At this point, he's quite close to Death's Star. And can Zach actually do another attack with his bonus action? I'm not actually sure.
No, he
Don't
doesn't have.
Don't think he does.
He's using a two-handed weapon, so no.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only got one attack per action. Okay, just double checking. Right, so in that case, it is now Daisy Arthur's turn.
Use my interaction. Zark, move back.
Okay,
What
once
is persuasion again?
Yep. Okay, and I'll have Zach roll insight to contest. Okay, this time Zach reluctantly, very reluctantly, agrees, just nods his head, grunts, and he'll start to move to disengage on his next turn.
Okay. Given it's probably in my best interest, I am going to attack, just see if I can knock this guy down. Main
Yeah,
action.
go ahead.
Oh,
I-
what would advantage cost?
Both will take.
Okay.
Okay, so you just hit him across the jaw, and you actually dislocate the guy's neck. So, yeah,
Dislocate his neck?
Okay.
yes, you hit him that hard.
Isn't that decapitation?
Well, I mean, it's with a
It's
blunt
still
weapon.
attached, so technically, so.
It's not like nearly headless Nick.
Well, I mean, he's dead, so it doesn't really matter. So it's
Like
the
that,
rest.
yeah.
The rest is semantics. So, right. Okay. So, yeah. As you do that, combat ends, and yeah, I would say at this point,
You look it.
yeah, I was just deciding if I should. Yeah, more rocks fall, but you not in this room just yet. But yeah, you probably have maybe about 10 seconds to get out of there.
Actually, we had no reason to stay, so we would book.
Okay. Thank you for moving all those guys over. And yeah, these guys also managed to get out unhindered. And yeah, you hear more screams. You have no notion as to exactly who's crushed, whether anyone survived, whether they're all dead. But yeah, you just know now that yeah, the guys you're fighting were dead, so that's all that really need concern you. And yeah, after a few more seconds, I would say that the room that you were in gets caved in, and the passageway that you just moved through becomes well, covered in rocks. So I will just go ahead and yeah, just reveal these. Look at my fantastic rocks.
Well, that's a cave right there.
So congratulations, you caused the caving in another game.
Yeah. Hey. It's 7 days.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was referring to.